as the restrictions go up and everything else. Our seating still, I haven't moved a bunch of chairs around. There is the availability of sitting 6 feet apart and everything else. I'm getting my second shot tomorrow. People have gotten fully vaccinated and everything else. If you're uncomfortable, set your chair up in any way that you feel comfortable setting your chair up. This is not a place where you're supposed to be uncomfortable in any shape, form, anything. We're still attentive to one another's needs. So wearing a mask, just be kind and considerate to one another. This is our first service in the morning, 9 o'clock or 10 o'clock. 9 o'clock Bible study is in the brick room, 6:30 is Intercup. Tomorrow night, Elders Discipleship class in here at 6:30. Tuesday night, Bible study in here at 6 or 7 o'clock, and 7 o'clock Celebrate Recovery at Cultivate Church. I go to another Celebrate Recovery. It's really cool when you go to different places. If you take a Sunday off, go visit a different church and see what they do there. It's kind of fun to see different things, how different people do different worship, prayer, fellowship, and everything else. Going to a different Celebrate Recovery, it's funny because it's interesting. We push each other. We've been around each other for 11 years, and we push each other hard. We are not nice to each other sometimes in the things that we say or calling each other out. So the one in Willamina, they've been around for 2 years, and I didn't realize it, but sometimes I can just be bloody. You need to say the truth. You need to talk the truth. And the guy was surprised, and I said, you're kind of hedging around. You need to tell us the truth. One of the things about Celebrate Recovery, and I offer it to anybody in here, is if you're having a struggle with anything, please come there. One of the things that was said recently, my mother-in-law came over and said, I saw your little fat speech last week's communion. And she said, I didn't call you fat, did I? And I said, no, but you're about to make jokes about it. Well, it's just kind of funny. One of the things that happens is if you recognize your weakness or your injury or your hurt or your habit or whatever, when somebody else brings it up, it doesn't hurt. It's not an embarrassment. So if there's part of our life where we're embarrassed or we're having a hard time or anything else, come to Celebrate Recovery and we can help you get over that thing. If there's an injury, you've lost somebody in your family, right now we've got a few guys, come. We can help you in understanding that loss and how you can work through that loss and be a healthy person and giving hope to the next person in line. That's just my advertisement for Celebrate Recovery. Wednesday morning men's Bible study, 10 o'clock. If you like snacks, John is bringing snacks. So come for the men's Bible study Tuesday morning or Thursday morning, and we'll have snacks. And then we'll talk about it.
Is it Tuesday or Wednesday or
It's
Thursday?
Thursday. No,
Men's
it's
is Wednesday.
Wednesday at 10 o'clock, because the women's is Thursday at 10
Yes, it is.
Without Linda, my head would not stay attached to my neck. What else is going on Thursday? Men's Bible study, Proverbs, and it's still in the big room? Okay, in the big room. Next Friday's dinner, or this coming Friday's dinner, we're having burgers, cheeseburgers, buns, chicken sausage, which is really good, salad, chips, so we're going to have it. Most of it's going to be to go. I'm going to probably have 3 or 4 tables set up in here for a group that might know each other, but we can't, because of the restrictions, we can't sit as a restaurant. So, yes, sir.
Yeah, Frank, let us know who do you want there and what's the goal?
So the Friday night dinner, where it was originally born, is Children's Services Consortium. Mona Hines works out of Henry Hill, and the teenagers in this community that have fallen out of the school system, some of them because of home situations, some of them because they're foster kids, some of them because they don't have the attentive abilities to stay in school, end up falling out of the school system. Some of them are pregnant teenage girls, as well as being hungry all the time. They have to deal with going back to school, getting an education, finding a job, and all these other things. So when I originally, the thought came through my mind was to assist these kids in having a meal at least once a month. And at the end of the month, that's when the money dries up from welfare and the WIC program and things like that. So that's why it was the last Friday. While school was in session, we were blessed with being able to take the abundance of the food we had and bring it over to Henry Hill, and they were able to feed the kids throughout the week, even beyond lunchtime, so they could send them home with dinner and everything else. We're going to start doing that again with the excess food. Mona will actually take the food, and I don't know if everybody's met Mona K. Hines, Tim Hines' wife. She will take the food and deliver it to the houses where she knows the kids are. In the midst of this, so some of the victories. In the midst of this, and is it okay if I use Sandy? In the midst of this, Sandy has come and joined CSC and visited these teenagers, and that was not a comfortable thing for Sandy. So Sandy has been quilting and making pillowcases for the graduates of this program. And it's the first time some of these kids have ever gotten anything. And they did a drive-through graduation with these kids, and it was the first time their parents were proud of the kids standing outside. So they were receiving a diploma, they were receiving gifts from Sandy, and they were taking pictures with their parents, and their parents were actually proud of these kids. But part of the issue is they don't go to school because they're hungry. They had to feed their younger siblings or their only child, and they can't come to school. So we were providing, that was part of the initial setup of the Friday night dinner. The other part is, we have neighbors in the neighborhood. And the young couple across the street, there's been 3 different times, or 3 different couples that have come over for the dinners and everything else. We've had people riding by on a bicycle, and their clothes were barely hanging on their body. And we invited them. They got baptized in our church. There was an older woman, and I haven't seen her in a while, but she came because she just needed to see people. And so she came and ate and sat with us and everything else. It's also now in the newsletter for the senior center. So we may start getting seniors in here. So who do I want to reach? Anybody that's desperate. Anybody. And I don't want it to be me. I refuse. It's not about me. I want it to be this building. I know there's hope in that building. I know that there's hope with those people. One of the people that I love so much comes here and once in a while, and just one of the, most of us would not put up with. And I love this woman, and she knows this is a good, safe place to come. She won't spend much time here, but she knows this is a good, safe place to come. And she will come and she'll say, can I come in now? Yeah, sure. Do you want to pick up some food and things like that? So this is a safe place, and that's how I want us known.
I don't want to take too much time with this, but you want us there, and
Oh, yeah.
How can we help?
Part of helping, I am not good at introducing myself and walking through the crowd. Cindy has a gift that I don't have. Cindy can walk up to pretty much anybody and go, hi, how are, I can't do that. I see somebody come in and go, hey, look, there they are. And I sit way over here, where Cindy will walk up and everything else. One of the things Steve and Ann did that's a blessing is they took food over to somebody's house that was in need this week. I don't know that gift. I need somebody to pull me, so that's why I need you here. Each and every one of you has a gift I don't have, and that's essential to what's going on. How do you help? Kick Frank out of the kitchen and take over. Serve. Meet somebody at the front door. Go outside and you see people in the park, invite them to come on in. There's 1,000 ways to help, but participating is the way to help.
Thank you.
So that's pretty much it. We get out of here at 7 o'clock. The longest we've ever stayed is 8:15. And that's because we got everything cleaned up at about 7:45 and then sat around and talked. So it's also a good night just to talk. There's a couple, I'll tell one more story. There's a couple coming on on Friday, and they've adopted 3 kids. They're in the process of adopting, and they come in and everything else, and the daughter, Dennison family, the daughter is this gorgeous little curly-headed, wants to know everything, and you can tell her, if you have a story to tell her, go sit with this young lady and tell her a story. So we have opportunities and everything else, and I need your help because I can't do it, and I don't want to be the only one doing it. So that's it on announcements, I think. Is there any, yes, sir?
On this area out here, we're getting fairly close to looking at some shrubbery that we would like to put in. So we would like to open it up to everybody for their comments as far as what they would like to see.
Would you like it in the email, the electronic email that goes out to everybody?
Absolutely.
Okay,
That'd be great.
so I would ask you to write something up and get it to Mary and Steve or Melinda so that they can put a blurb in the electronic bulletin.
Okay,
All right.
perfect.
Can they pick out something and have a picture of what they want?
And could you pick out something and find a picture to put it in? So the idea is the shrubbery is going to go in on the side of the building, not on Jackson Street, on whatever that street is next to us.
Knox.
Knox. And we're going to start picking out what plants to put there. One thing I will say is we talked about lavender. Lavender has a strong smell, and for people with allergies and everything else, we're not going to do it. So don't say allergy. I, being a smarty pants, said Oregon grape, but the reason we took out the bushes is so that people could walk through them, and you can't walk through Oregon grape, so.
Not safely.
Not comfortably, no. So we will get that in the email. People can look at some of the plant suggestions and we can have the conversation. But that's upcoming. We're going to have plants on the side of the building. That's it with announcements. Okay. Now prayer.